What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your Nintendo Enthusiast Sunday afternoon now, if you're on the North American side of the world, of your Class vs. Crass Nintendo podcast. I'm on your host, Jason Lapina, and joining me, as always, is the man in Crass, Sean Long.
Greetings.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. And tonight this afternoon we have a special guest. We've got Michael and Alex from Zoink Games joining us. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing quite well. And Alex, how are you today? Tonight. It's tonight for you guys.
It's tonight, yeah. It's 8 o'clock p.m. Yeah, I'm doing great. It's been a sunny day in Sweden, so for once we've had some
great
lovely weather, so yeah.
Are you guys still under snow over there? Or is that...
No, not in this part of the country, but maybe up north. But we're in the south, so we're in springtime now.
Okay, that sounds good. Just like in Canada, I'm in the south, so we're in spring mode. But if you go north, you're still covered in snow.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with the Class vs. Crass podcast, usually it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday night. But of course, tonight, we're not going to expect our friends at Zoink Games to join us at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning for them. But we usually have a format where... No problem. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to be changing the format a bit today. So we usually go over what we've been playing. That's where Sean and I talk about what we've been playing in games. Then we go over the Nintendo headlines. Then we get into the lightning round where we take your user questions and topics. Today we're going to change it up. Instead of focusing on Nintendo headlines, we're going to focus, of course, on Zoink Games, this amazing indie studio, the games they're making, what they're working on for the Switch. If any of you remember them from the Wii U days, at least this is where I got introduced to Zoink Games. Of course, they made Stick It to the Man, as well as didn't come to the Wii U, but we had Zombie Viking on other consoles, and of course now we've got Flippin' Death coming to Nintendo Switch. Did I cover all that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Sounded good.
That's about it.
Awesome. So let's just get started nice. And if you have any questions for Zoink Games too throughout the show, please let us just drop them in the chat, and Sean and I will pick them up. So let's get started. Sean, what have you been playing?
I've been playing that Wonder Boy 3 Curse of the Dragon, I think it's called, on the Switch. I'm probably going to review it. I should finish it today. It's really fun, actually. I never played the... I believe it came out on the Master System originally. I never played the Master System version, so I don't know, like gameplay differences, how different it is. I think it's pretty different, though. Pretty challenging, but fun. And I really like how, like on the fly, you can adjust it from the modern visuals to the retro videos just by pressing a button. And so, like, you could be standing in one spot and look at it modern, and then hit the button, and then you'll look at it in the retro aesthetic. So that's really cool. You can do it with the sound too. I really think it's fun. It's a really good game on the Switch, and it's available on other platforms too. But so I've been playing that. That's pretty much been it on the Nintendo side of things. I've been delving into Sega stuff again lately.
Was that... So it sounds like a short game if you said you're almost done already?
I think it's like 4 hours or something like that. From what I've heard, 4 to 5 hours.
That's unfortunate. It's a bit pricey for that length of time.
Well,
in my opinion.
Is it like full price?
No, it's like $15.
In Canada, it's 25.
But you have to figure it's modeled after a Master System game or a Genesis game. Like, I beat Garfield Caught in the Act like 2 weeks ago on the Genesis.
Did not
in
think
like
you were
an
gonna
hour.
say that.
No, I made a Hidden Gems video today, and Garfield Caught in the Act is a hidden gem. It's a fantastic game. But I never beat it as a kid, and I beat it the other week. So yeah. But Wonder Boys are good. Wonder Boys are good. I'm enjoying it.
Great. How about you, Michael? What have you been playing?
Well, the last game I played was actually Overcooked. We went with Zoink to convention called Rest over at in the UK a few weeks ago, and we were actually next to the developers that makes Overcooked, and they were showing the Switch version. So I've heard about the game for ages, and I wanted to try it out, but I haven't got around doing it. So, but I tried it there and I had a lot of fun, and I immediately went back and I got it for. It wasn't out yet for the Switch. I don't think it's out now as well.
No, it's
so I got it on PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And I was like, I messaged the developer and I was like, should I wait for the Switch version or should I get the PS4 version? I was like, get the PS4 version now because you're gonna have to wait a few more weeks for the Switch version. I played that game for, I think so. And I played it for almost like every day for a week or so with my wife, and it was an awesome game actually. I had so much fun. I mean, it's
amazing.
Yeah,
we've been playing it too, and it's so great. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you get the key from me? I think I got a few keys from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you enjoyed it as well?
Yeah, it's crazy, stressful and stuff, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Thanks
I really liked it.
Thanks for mentioning keys. You just reminded me. Today we actually have some giveaways for our audience. We have some 3DS codes to give away for a game that I don't know by heart, but I will find it. We're going to be giving away keys throughout the show. I think I've got...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't, Sean, but I've got about 3 or so. It's like a dirt bike game, I think.
Oh, is it that trial that I know what you're talking about?
Yeah,
it looks fun. It reminds me of that 360 indie game, Trials or Trails. I never knew how you said it.
Yeah, Akia's reviewing it for Nintendo enthusiasts, but they gave us some keys to give away as well. Oh, Urban Trial Freestyle. Here we go.
There you go.
But back to Michael. Back to the game. You said Overcooked, right? Is the name of the game?
Yes, that's the name of the game.
I was actually looking forward to that. How does it play?
Well, you play as a chef, and you can play in a single game, but I played it with my wife, so we each control one chef. And you, like the first couple of levels, it's kind of easy. Like you chop in different ingredients, and you put the ingredients in to boil them, and then when they're finished boiling, you grab a plate and then you serve them. And it starts easy out enough, like the first couple of levels is quite easy, but like only in a half hour or like an hour into the game, it kind of gets challenging, and you really need to work together. And it's absolutely hilarious because like I knew my wife, she likes games, so we play a few games, but she's like, she gets super like almost bossy when we play these kinds of games. So she's like immediately like 10 minutes into the game, she's like screaming to me, chop the onions, get the onions, and stuff like
Tomatoes!
Yeah, tomatoes and stuff like that. She just lost her mind. Like, I'm like, calm down. I'm just trying to figure out how this level works. It's like, get the damn onions. And
I need to finish my dishes.
Yeah, and
Jeez,
it was like we need to pause like every 10 minutes, just laugh, because if someone had heard us talking and yelling all this stuff, they would probably wonder what the hell we were doing. So it's an amazing game, but it actually has a lot of depth to it as well, because we actually 100% this game. So we got all the trophies. We spent like 15 hours in the game. We got all the trophies, which I rarely do actually. And in order to get like the 3-star rating on all the levels, you actually need to really work together and almost have a plan for the levels. So it gets kind of complicated, but for a fun party game, it has a lot of depth. So I really like it.
Oh, cool. So that's Overcooked, coming to Switch soon. And Alex, how about you? What have you been playing the last few weeks?
Well, the problem here has been that I've been sick last week. And usually that's a great thing when you want to play games, because you have all the time in the world. Mm-hmm. But my boyfriend was out of town, and he brought the Switch. So.
Oh no!
So
you let him do that?
Yeah, but I didn't think I was gonna be sick. This was like my first time since we got our child a year ago that I was home by myself. So I thought I was gonna hang out with my friends, have some board game nights and stuff. But I was just homesick and I wanted to play a game, but I couldn't. So I could have played on the PS4 and whatever, but I didn't feel like it. So but we got Overcooked a few days ago, so I've been playing that. And otherwise, I've been playing a lot of this old game, Plague Inc. on my phone. Not Nintendo, but yeah, you're gonna you want to you have like this bacteria that you have to develop to kill humankind. So it felt fitting for me being sick and all.
Very appropriate. As for myself, I put a little bit more time in Has Been Heroes. Not make as much progress as I want. And of course, just before this podcast, I was playing some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which comes out this week. And as I was sharing with our audience there, the battle mode packs a lot more punch than I thought. And Nintendo's not really... I don't feel like they're really promoting the battle mode as much as they could. But again, you don't have to beat a dead horse. Everybody knows battle mode, what it is, that's fun. But in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you have 5 battle modes, and I think a lot of them are new for the first time. Like you have Renegade... what is it, like Renegade Pursuit, where you're like a police, so your piranha plant has like a police siren on it, and you have to actually catch the bandits. Of course, you have the balloon pop. You have like the one where you're chasing people and bombing them with bombs. You have the coin rush. What else you got? And this is all through. They also designed 8 new levels, fully fleshed out that weren't in Mario Kart 8 before. And now you have new characters. You have all the DLC from the previous game. It's just a really complete full game that's just amazing for multiplayer, like on the go, at home, anywhere. So I'm pretty impressed. More than I would.
It's great to hear about the battle mode. I really, because like my fondest childhood memories is like me and my siblings playing the battle mode of Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh yeah.
And so I really want that to be good.
Yeah, I think you won't be disappointed. It's a good one.
It's been getting like rave reviews. I mean, I checked on Friday when the review embargo lifted, and now everyone was like giving it 10 9. So, I mean, I have it on Wii U, but I was like, maybe I should get it on the Switch as well because it was scoring so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on the Wii U as well, so I feel like, I don't want to buy it again, but yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you guys.
That's like what Nintendo does the best. They release the game. That's what Nintendo does best. Like they make a game and then release it like 10 times, and you have to buy it 10 times on 10 different systems, and then different versions and deluxe versions. And yeah, I don't know how many times I bought like Super Mario Bros. 3 and all the games. Like I have 10 different versions of them on discs and digital versions and stuff like that.
I have a question for you guys based on that comment. Since a lot of us Nintendo fans have already bought these games over and over, what do you guys think of the Switch not having a virtual console at launch?
That's interesting. Well, I mean,
do you care? Or?
One part of me was like, it's bad because I really like the old games, but one side of me was like, you don't really need to buy a new system in order to play new games. Buy a new system in order to play the old games. So I kind of understand why they didn't do it, but me, I'm way into old school gaming, so I would love to transfer all my Wii U, like the virtual console games on my Wii U, over to my Switch because I'm way into old school games. So I would love a virtual console.
Okay, but do you feel that it was? Sorry, go, Alex.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I didn't care. It's like I have my own consoles still, and I guess people want to guess great and all that thing. But I'd rather focus on like the new experiences. But I want it to be a virtual console. That would be a lot of fun. But it's not like it wasn't a big disappointment for me in that way. Because yeah.
Do you guys feel that?
I agree.
Do you guys feel that because there's no virtual console at launch? This gives more opportunities for the other newer titles or the Neo Geo titles, kind of a moment to shine, because if virtual console was there, people would just be going back to what they already know, whereas now you're kind of forced to browse around the eShop and see what else is there.
Yeah, I think that might have been the plan.
Yeah,
it makes sense actually when you say it like that, because people are starting for good games on Nintendo Switch, so I think if they were to release the virtual console at launch, if they had done that, people would probably be getting old games again. But I mean,
all their games are too good.
Yeah, so that's good. I mean, good for us since we're making a Switch game. So,
and we're going to be talking a little bit more about that. But first, let's do a giveaway. So the first question is whoever can answer this this trivia the fastest gets a code for Urban Trial Freestyle. And no, it's North American code only. Apologies for that. So if you're in Europe, it probably won't work on your 3DS unless you have a North American. Thank God for region free with the Switch, right? But the question is, In what year was Zoink Games founded? And I will let Alex or
I don't know.
It's a trick question because, like, I
Good.
think I made a Wikipedia page like a year ago, and I put in 2011 because that was kind of like,
Don't give the answer.
yeah, because that was kind of like when they started like releasing the games that Zoink is familiar for. But I think Klaus, who started the Zoink,
So don't
he
give
was like,
us the year.
Oh, sorry.
Don't give the answer.
Keep that
Oh,
answer.
sorry, I'm just losing everything.
Keep that answer, the
Sorry,
one that's
sorry.
not on Wikipedia, in your head. And whenever one of our
Okay, that's super challenging.
when one of our viewers says it out in the chat,
I don't know it. So someone said 2005.
Yeah. So Michael will pick up the right year.
94.
Yeah, but this is like almost hard because it's a little like
Well,
we
it
started the company.
has to be within 10 years of the Wikipedia date, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so they'll guess it. They have a 1 in 10 chance to guess it.
How long do they have to guess? So I know.
It's whoever says
I
it
know.
first. I'm sure between our how many viewers we got now? Between the 40 viewers, I'm sure it'll be done within a minute. They'll name every possible year.
Okay.
It'll be interesting for me to know as well.
Yeah, I'm actually almost not certain. But should I go with one I think is certain?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should, and you
correct me
and you,
afterwards.
and you can give us the backstory on why you say it's that year.
Yeah, and if I get wrong, people can just contact me and I'll give them free codes instead.
There you go. Good deal.
So yeah, it's,
Way to get popular.
I think the correct answer is 2005.
And we've
And
got,
who said that?
I
Yeah,
see
it's a few people
Oh,
up.
there.
I think this
Alexander
plays.
NES.
Alexander NES. No, Des Plays said it first.
Yes, this place says
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Awesome.
So this place.
So Des, you win a code for Urban Trial Freestyle for your 3DS. Either ping them
Bike
into
game. It's a bike game.
the bike game. I'm gonna send you your code. I'm gonna make a note after the podcast. I'll send you the code, and if I don't, harass me. But no,
You should just name the games something simple, like name them what they are, like we did with Zombie Vikings. It's super easy.
yeah, no kidding. So what's the story? Why does the Wikipedia page say 2011, but the answer is 2005?
Yeah, it's you can help me out here, Alexander, if I get this wrong. But Zoink and Klaus did a game called Core Gang, and that game took forever and ever and ever to make. And I think production of that game started back in 2005. That's what I think. But it actually came out in 2011. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And what was it called?
But it took forever, and that game was actually developed for the Xbox, and that's not the Xbox One, not the Xbox 360, like the old Xbox, like the real Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox. And I think he started Zoink back in 2005 and like worked on the Core Gang, and it went through a number of publishers and ended up being released for the Wii, actually, not the Wii U, the Wii back in 2011. So that's why I put 2011 as the actual founding date for Zoink, because that's what kind of when they first released the actual game. I don't know if I got that right, Alexandra.
What was that original game
something
called?
like that, yeah.
What was that?
Something like that.
What was that
So what
original
did you
game
say?
called?
Core Gang.
Yeah,
How do you
Core
s-
Gang.
how do
With
you
a K.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Kore Gang.
Yeah,
Core
Yeah.
Gang, and that was for the Xbox.
and it's out on the Wii. Yeah,
Oh, it was on the Wii as well.
I don't think it came out on the Xbox. Yeah, it came out on the Wii. It's not that known game, actually. I don't know.
Published by
I mean-
Pixonauts and Games Foundation and Atari.
Yeah,
Yes.
it has a very complicated story. I think there's an article somewhere online where you can read it all, where Klaus just get you through the process. But one publisher had it, and then they shut down, and another one picked it up, and then they was like, no, we don't do it at all, and then it got picked up again. It was a mess.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page for Core Gang is actually quite informative. So if anyone want to read up about that, you should probably check out the Wikipedia page.
Cool. Have you ever?
And I know
reading
Klaus
here-
actually.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Michael?
And I'm actually reading here, and it says that a publisher called, well, a production house called Games Foundation picked up the game in 2006. So that would probably mean that 2005 was when they started development, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, what I was saying was that after the core gang actually Zoink stopped making games for a while because it was just such a mess with the whole with that game. And I know the industry was quite rough at the time, and Klaus was a bit like, screw it. So Zoink did like commercials and some short movies and stuff like that for a bit before starting with Stick It to the Man, and then we were back on track.
And how big of a team was Zoink Games originally when they were working on the Korra gang?
Originally, there were 3 people. I don't know during the development. It's quite a long time how much that changed. But I think originally there were 3 people. And it kind of grew while doing the commercials and stuff to a bigger crew. And when Stick It to the Man came about, I believe it was 10 people at the studio. Michael, am I right in that?
Yeah, I think you're right with that. I think when I started, that was a little over 2.5 years ago. I was like person 12 or person 13 or something like that. And you started like only a few months after I started.
Yeah, I was like 15, 16, and now we're 20 something.
Oh,
so
yeah, we're 28 actually now. If you count, we have a few interns and we have one working remote. Like he's working in France, but we're actually 28 now, so we've grown.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people actually. So,
and
I normally when I introduce Zoink, I was like, we're a small indie studio, but since we're 28 people now, we're not that small anymore.
Well, you're getting into the comfortable size where it's not. I don't think it's as desperate, or it's not. You're operating in a little bit more of a comfortable zone.
Yeah, I don't know. When I started working, like Mike said, was about 2.5 years ago as well. I know Klaus said like, okay, so the people in HR says that now no more people. This is it. You're the last one. Now we're not hiring any more people. So that went out the window. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I said that when we were 20 people as well. I was like, yeah, we're going to stay at 20. We're not going to hire more people. And then we turned 25, and it's like, okay, we'll stay at 25.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what he says.
Just keep on growing. We need.
Yeah, but I mean, we need the people because we're making 2 games at the moment. So we need a lot of people to work on games.
Are you able to share what games those are right now? I know of one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's Flipping Death, of course. As you know, and then we also do Faye together with EA for the EA Originals program.
Fate?
We presented at E3 last year.
Okay.
I feel like I need an HD remaster of the Core Gang.
You're shaking it out right now?
I'm watching some gameplay of the Wii version, and I really think it looks great.
I was going to ask you, Sean. So you haven't played this one?
The Core Gang? No. I vaguely remember seeing it way back in the day, but I never played it. But it looks really good. It looks really fun.
It's quite hard to find, I think. I know we had a fan reaching out to us and asking like, do you have any copies of the game? And we don't really. So, but he eventually managed to find one on eBay.
So this was a physical game?
Yeah.
Oh.
But Alexander, there are actually 2 copies hidden away in Yoel's room, the guy who makes the music.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, we should probably sneak in and steal one of those tomorrow.
Yeah, because I've never played it. I would like to play it.
Yeah, it's like a German copy. I don't know why, so it has German text, but I think it should probably play on our Wii's since they're European, I guess.
Yeah.
If you guys...
We're gonna have to. Maybe we'll do a live stream on that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was just going to
awesome.
say, we need to see a live stream on this game. I love finding these hidden gems. Like, I had no idea this game even existed.
Yeah, there's a couple on eBay. I'm going to buy it right now.
Whoa, you will play it before us.
Yeah, we have a sale for Zoink. That's awesome.
Yeah, do a stream on Nintendo Enthusiasts, Sean. Actually, for our viewers, I'm gonna toss up the trailer right now in front of our faces, so that our viewers can see what this game looks like.
Yeah.
So let me try.
It does have that Zoinky feel, but in 3D instead.
So I'm gonna play it low res just because I don't want my internet to break out. But
they even did promo shirts for it at Gamescom.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want that?
Look at this. We are.
There's a promo shirt on eBay right now. So I am buying a brand new sealed copy with bilingual
Wow.
cover.
Nice. How much?
It was like $14.
Oh, that's awesome. And what kind of
Not
game
bad,
is this? It looks like a 3D platformer. It almost looks like Skylanders a bit.
Yeah, it is a 3D platformer. I think it was like in the it was still the song thing about there was quite of a focus on the story. Maybe not as much as in our newer games, but yeah, so like a story platformer.
Yeah, it looks exactly like Activision stole this and turned it into Skylanders. It's crazy how similar it is.
I'm trying to see it myself. My YouTube doesn't seem to work here, but yeah.
It's really cool. Let us know though in the chat. Have any of you guys picked this game up? The Korra Gang. So this looks like it's a little hidden gem. I'm actually going to type it in the chat so you know what it's called. The
I
Korra
think
Gang.
someone did. That's actually, people have been asking a lot about, are you doing this game for the Switch and that one? But no one has asked for the Core Gang remastered yet.
No one knows of it.
Take it as the official request from Nintendo enthusiasts. Please bring the Korra Gang to the Switch in some form, so that we
It
can,
looks good.
It does look
I'm not
good.
sure who owns it.
It's gonna be a fun morning meeting tomorrow, Alexander, when we go to our morning meeting on Monday. So it's like, okay, so I know everyone's stressed, we're making 2 games with a lot of people, but hear us out. Let's make Core Gang remastered instead.
Well, no.
Everyone was
Make
like,
all
"What?"
the games. Don't cancel the other ones. You gotta make them all.
Yeah. Flipping deaths.
Let's just hire 5 more people. But yeah, I mean, we should probably start by, we should probably do like stream it or something like that. I mean, it should
Yeah,
be-
Michael
should
and
be
Alex
doable.
plays the Core Gang.
Yeah,
First impression, blind
Yeah.
blind playthrough.
it could be fun actually.
Yeah.
What was the other question I had for you guys? Oh yeah, when you were saying your team size, you guys share the building with Image and Form, don't you?
No.
No?
We share a city with Image.
Oh, it's just the city.
We have our own city.
Close, Jason. That's close.
Were you guys
It's a
ever in the
small
same
city,
building at one point or no?
No.
Okay, I
The
guess.
closest we've got, I mean, we're like 20 minutes apart from each other, so it's only like a quick bus or a ferry ride over to their office. But they did actually go and check, like they were looking for new offices, and they were actually checking offices just next to us. But due to reasons, they didn't get it. But I think I used to work over at the Image Forum, and one of the programmers for Flipit also used to work over at the Image Forum, and we share a lot of resources, and we're good friends, and we hang out with each other, and we hang out with each other. So, but we never actually shared an office or anything like that. But we're really good friends. So
Okay.
We have shared bedrooms with them though, because we usually go on like conventions and lived in really cramped, small Airbnb apartments. with
I've
them,
heard
Yes.
stories
yes.
from Brian and Klaus, who I met 2 years ago.
Oh,
Oh, really? So
about Brian
okay.
snoring or?
Well, I'm not going to share that on stream, but stories that are better left for the convention space.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, I remember when we went to Gamescom in 2015, and this was like we were both releasing games, and I mean everyone was stressed in the team, and I think we were about 5 or 6 people. You were there as well, Alexandra, and we found this really small Airbnb, which I know one of the bosses was like, we need to find somewhere to stay at.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you remember this, Alexandra, but the first night or the second night, one of us 5 just screamed in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It woke
Yeah,
everyone up.
I remember that.
Probably due to stress because of game development, but that was so much funny.
It was like sleepwalking.
oh,
Yeah,
but
so
screaming.
the person just screamed up in the air in the middle of the night, and then everyone was like, "What the hell?" And the other person was like, "Oh, sorry," and everyone went back to sleep. That was very funny.
Forgot a semicolon in my code. Sorry, going back. I'm gonna take some questions too as we go through here. Someone was asking in the chat here: is Zombie Viking coming to the Switch? Is that something you can
Yeah.
answer?
Or I mean, not like that, but yeah, that question. So yeah, people have been asking a lot about like what games are you working on and stuff like that, and we haven't decided yet. We want to bring some other games, from our old catalog to Switch, but nothing's nothing's like set in stone yet, but we're looking into it. So
it's still pretty
it's
early
a super
on,
boring
right?
answer. Yeah.
It's still pretty early on though for Switch development. Like, were you onboarded fairly early into the Switch development cycle, or were you guys introduced to the Switch pretty much at the same time as everyone else, like in earlier parts of this year?
We were in quite early. I don't know if you remember, Michael, when they first went to Nintendo. We didn't even know they were there because it was so secret.
Yeah, I was actually. Yeah, I did know because Klaus.
Oh, you
called
knew?
me. Yeah, I knew because I actually was invited first. So first, my boss was like, Klaus was like, "Yeah, you want to go to Germany and see the annex?" And I was like, "Well, yeah."
That's because of your tattoo.
Yeah, probably. But the funny part was because I was like, "Yeah, I want to go to Germany," and I was like, said to my wife, "Oh, I'm going to Germany next week, and that's awesome." And then the next day, he called me and was like, "Oh no, I should bring a programmer instead, so you can't go."
Oh, no.
So,
Actually,
I was like, "Damn it, I wanted to go."
I think I forgot to introduce you guys with your titles at the beginning of the show, but let's do that now. So, Michael, Alex, what are your titles at Zoink Games? Job titles.
Yeah, my job title is the PR manager, the marketing manager, and the office manager. So I do pretty much everything that's not related to development, but mostly publishing and PR, like help out with talk about all the games.
Yeah, and I have a shorter title. So I'm the community manager. So I do like everything connected to the fans and the people who play our games. So I like write the blog post, talk to people, go to conventions, make videos. Yeah.
Are you the one that moderates?
All the fun stuff.
Do you have to moderate Miiverse, the Miiverse community for Stick It to the Man?
Actually, we don't own the IP for Stick to the Man, so that's our publisher who does that. That's Ripstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So back to the NX or the Switch. When did you guys first see it? Or when did it like first come into the office? Was it a big deal when it came in, or was it super secret and nobody could see it?
Yeah, it was hidden, well hidden. We knew about like kind of where it was, but we didn't get to see it. At least not me.
No, same here actually, because since I didn't get to go to Germany, I think I don't know when and how, but we did get sent a Nintendo and NX Switch development kit quite early in the process. It was probably late last year, I think, and we had it in the office somewhere, but I don't know when and how we got it. But when they did, if I remember it correctly, when they did the official Switch reveal, I think it was early January 12 or 13, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, cool! It's called the Switch. You know, it looks like this and that." And then Klaus was like, "I already have one." He just pulled up the Switch game. Yeah, and I was like,
and
"Wow,
everyone was
did
touching
we have
it.
one?" Yeah, but it was the first couple of weeks. It was super secret. So we actually had to build like a box. So it was only on a super need to know basis who actually could see the Switch kit. So I didn't see it like the first couple of weeks. Actually, I wasn't. I mean, if you ever seen a development kit, they normally look nothing like the retail versions. They look like a big chunk of like a small computer, so they don't really look cool. So I didn't see it for the first couple of weeks, and we had it in a box. So the programmer and Klaus and I think the producer, were the only ones that saw it. But after they changed the NDA like a few weeks afterwards, and then it was like everyone who needs to see it can see it. So now we have it in open, and especially since it was announced like and came out now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the first people in the office who actually saw it and stuff, it was like August or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's I know we were on board quite early.
Yeah.
And is there any insight that you can share? And I don't want to put you guys in a position where you can't answer it. I don't want to get you guys in trouble. But that initial relationship or conversation with Nintendo, is there anything that you can share on that in terms of what it was like? Is it Nintendo approached you? You guys approached Nintendo? I know in one of our interviews at PAX, you were saying how easy your teams were finding it to develop for the Switch. So all of that information, is that stuff you can share more insight on?
Yeah, I was actually at maternity leave when the whole thing started. So I think Michael, what happened in the beginning?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure about this neither because I had this question before, and I was like, I need to find out what happened. But as far as I know, I mean, we were supposed to do the Zombie Vikings version for the Wii U, and this was 2016, and we got quite far in the development process of that. But due to reasons, we had to actually cancel that version. And we started working on Flipping Death. We were working on that simultaneously alongside with Zombie Vikings, but we we've been talking to Nintendo like back and forth. I mean, we did the Wii U version of Stick It to the Man a few years ago, so we know them and they know us. And since we had this new game up and about, and it was like a good release window, well, not a release window, but an announcement window for Flipping Death 2 for the Switch version. We just talked with them and they talked with us, and it made sense to announce alongside with Nintendo early March. But I'm actually not sure who approached who. I should ask Carlson about this because, yeah.
But we really been wanting to get into like the Nintendo crowd for quite a while. We just think it's the community, the Nintendo community in general is so like positive and usually, and make a lot of noise. And it's just fun to be a part of that because we saw like Image and Form, who has been very Nintendo oriented. How well I forgot the word. How well they cooperated with the Nintendo, and we really wanted to do the same thing.
Oh, that's good to hear.
So it's great to be on board.
Yeah, we're pretty positive when you don't make fun of us or take away our games. The Nintendo community, that is.
Yeah, like we do. Take away the games.
Well, no, yeah, you guys.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we really didn't want to. It was just we didn't, because that's a big difference that we notice now that we are developing for the Switch. How easy it is compared to the Wii U. Because Zombie Vikings, we really tried to make it work for a long time, but eventually we just had to decide that no, we can't do it. It won't run in a good way. So yeah, it's a big difference.
Well, I mean, you guys
actually did like a you guys.
I was gonna say, well, I mean, you guys actually do support the Switch, the Nintendo platform, so I wasn't targeting you when I said take your games away. But more so, one thing that's a pet peeve of mine is you see a trailer to a new game, often third party, and at the end they just say coming to all consoles, and then you're like, oh, so it's coming to the Switch, and then no, it's like, oh, what?
All other consoles.
Yeah,
that's weird.
So I just hate that. Like, don't treat the Nintendo audience like we don't have a real console just because it's different, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
The term "all consoles" now kind of it's such a loose term. It really doesn't mean anything because there's so many platforms and so many old stuff out there, and like, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. So I normally don't try to say all consoles. I just say the actual consoles and platforms we're releasing them.
Right. So I had interrupted you, Michael. Sorry, you were.
No, the Zombie Vikings Wii U version. I actually did like a pretty long interview about that. There was one guy who emailed me. He was like, "I want to do an interview why you canceled the Wii U version of Zombie Vikings," and I did probably a few pages. Actually, went into detail why and how we canceled the version. But then this was a really small site, and then I sent off the interview, and everything was good. And I was like, "Good to get this out there because we wanted to tell like why we canceled it." But then that site, like he shut down. He just canceled the site. He didn't want to work with the site anymore due to probably personal reasons. And I contacted him and I was like, should we do something? I was like, yeah, I'm going to put it online anyway and stuff like that. And now it's been a few months. And I actually looked at that interview like last week and I was like, this is a lot of information here. Maybe I should just post this online because it answers a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we should look into that, Alexander, if you can post it because...
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Well,
no, I still have it. I mean,
let's improvise right now. So this was all related to Zombie Viking.
Yeah, Zombie Vikings.
So that was I remember I played that 2 years ago. So that was supposed to come to the Wii U originally.
Yeah.
And
I had to cancel it.
And why did you have to cancel it? Was it just the Wii U didn't support it? There was too many development issues.
Yeah, there were development issues. we had some technical issues, and getting it to run on the Wii U, it wasn't strong enough actually to get it to run well. And we did try our best, but we couldn't make it work.
Do you have any insight in that? Because I have a little bit of a technical background, not that much, but I always feel that one of the Wii U's biggest drawback is the fact that you basically have to run the game in two. You have to run on the Wii U console itself, and then you have to run it on the gamepad as well. Do you know if it's the gamepad that was kind of the problem, or is it just the raw horsepower of the Wii U's console?
I can't say for sure because I'm not a tech person, but from what I've heard, it was mostly like a frame rate issue. The game was choppy. It was too heavy for the console in general. It wasn't running well. That's like how tech I can go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, what can we see? I don't think we've seen your tattoos properly there, Mike. I can see the endo, but there's another one at the bottom too, right?
Yeah, this is the logo, and I have the Zelda one, which I did a few years ago.
Can you go a little higher? Yeah, our faces are hiding the Link logo.
Okay,
so a little higher, That is awesome.
Yeah, so actually, this is supposed to be like a sleeve, which was the original plan, like I did a few years ago. This was supposed to be the bottom of a sleeve, but due to reasons I didn't get around doing it. But now, actually, last week I did contact a tattooer, and she agreed to do the Nintendo half sleeve. So I'm gonna get that started like probably this fall, and it's gonna be all the way up here, just Nintendo characters.
Oh man, that's awesome. You're gonna have to send us a picture.
You just need to find someone who actually draws it.
Mm-hmm. I remember for a while on our Nintendo Enthusiast Facebook page, we were actually posting Nintendo tattoos for like a week. Do you remember that, Sean?
I do.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool.
I'd love to have a gaming tattoo. I have tattoos, but non-gaming related. I just don't know what to choose.
There's too much to choose from. Just put them all.
Yeah.
You get the core gang.
The core gang.
Yeah, the logo.
This is something that never came up. Sean, do you have tattoos? I would see you as a tattoo kind of guy.
I don't.
Well, aren't you vanilla?
I don't. Okay.
Do you even?
No, I don't.
I don't like.
I got this big back one with wings and dragons. No. I thought of getting one at a time. I almost got one 5 years ago. And I was going to do a whole back tattoo, actually, with like a samurai and everything. It's kind of crazy when I think back about it now. But
you should do it. You should totally do it. Once you get the first tattoo, then you're going to get others. I mean, Alexander, I think you have more tattoos than I do. I'm not sure.
I have one. Yeah, I have 3, I think. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you get one, you want to get more. I just want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds that way. It seems addictive.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'd like to do like a Katamari tattoo. Katamari Damacy thing.
That would be
something weird.
That would be a cool one to have.
Katamari is awesome.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to open it up to the lightning round. So if you have any questions for Zoink Games, for Sean, myself, any topics you want to bring up in terms of, if you want their thoughts on E3, on Nintendo headlines. By the way, the Switch is the best Nintendo console. What's the big headline, Sean? Best-selling console of all time or best-selling Nintendo? Fastest.
The best-selling for Nintendo ever, and then like the best since like 95 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Nintendo is in a good spot right now. Or they're heading heading in a good direction.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's kind of funny, I think, when people are like bashing Nintendo, because I mean the company's been around since, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been around since late 800s. It's like 1889, and it's been around for 130 years. And people's like, oh, Nintendo's losing stuff, and Nintendo's doing this and that, and they're gonna be gone in a year. And I was like, the company's been around for 130 years. It's not going anywhere. They're just thinking ahead. They're probably, they're not stupid. They're just doing what they need to do at the moment. So I kind of get annoyed when people bash Nintendo. They know so little, actually.
Well, I think their anger comes from the fact that they want to play Nintendo games, but they don't want to spend money to buy a Nintendo console. So then they just bash them so that they can get out of hardware, so that they can play their games on the cheap on their PC or their other console. That's my theory.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
What do you guys think of ARMS?
Ooh, that's an interesting one because when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this is not good. This is like no, because they presented it like this game with depth and stuff and like this replayability. And when I saw it, I was like, nah, I don't. Does it really? I didn't see the connection. But then I played it at this small Nintendo thing here outside of Gothenburg, and I was super hooked. So I was so negative, and still it managed to make me switch opinions. So I'm really excited for it now. Actually, I think it controlled really well, and it seems like a lot of fun. Like, and someone did a great. They say like ARMS is to the fighting genre what Splatoon was for the FPS genre, and I really love Splatoon. So yeah, no, I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, and I kind of had the same experience Alexander did because I also saw the trailer when they announced it and was like, this looks stupid. But I stayed in that mindset, so I haven't changed my mind. I mean,
did you play it?
No, I haven't played it, but I mean,
okay.
For me, it was like I played the Wii Sports back in 2006. I stood in my living room punching people, and I was like, yeah, I didn't feel it add anything new. So, but maybe I should try it. But I'm gonna focus on being negative until I try it.
I think it looks pretty neat. I didn't like it at first, but the more I see about it, the more interesting I think it looks.
Yeah. Did you see the new trailers from the videos now in the past week? Because I missed that.
The last ones I saw were was from the Direct, and the Direct sort of sold me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there new videos since the Direct?
No, I think I've been sick, so I don't count the last week. So I think that was the one
okay.
I referred.
When is Flipping Death coming on the Switch?
Yeah, so the plan was this year, but we can't say for sure because I saw someone mention it in the chat before. Like when we released Zombie Vikings, it had a lot of issues. There were a lot of bugs. We had to push it because we had a release that was. We did something together with PlayStation, that big competition thing, and we had to release it this one day, and we couldn't push it forward, and so it was released in a bad state, and that was very disappointing to us and to the people playing it, of course. And we don't want to make the same thing once again. So this time we really want to take our time and don't give out any dates too early and make people disappointed. We rather wait until we can really say a date for sure.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
How is it like working with EA since they're publishing FE?
It's been really good. I mean, as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I still consider Zoink Games a small indie developer, although we're, as I mentioned, 28 people. But for someone like us that's normally done self-published game or smaller games, being like when we showed the game to EA and they signed us, and not only signed us, but we keep all the rights to the games, like everything is ours to keep. So
it's really great.
Yeah, it's a really good deal, and EA has offices in Sweden, so it was really, we could just jump on a train and go show the game up to them, and it was really good. And they've been treating us really well. And I mean, they have their deadlines, and we need to, do this certain stuffs and fill the criteria in order to continue to get funding. But they help a lot, and they also give us access to their quality assurance team and their user experience and stuff we never had experience before, because normally when you're in developer, you don't have the time or the money to do QA for hundreds of people. But now with the EA, we can get their help to do that. So it works really well, and the game looks awesome, and it's going to be awesome. And we're going to talk about more about that game in a few weeks, hopefully, maybe months. But we're going to start talking about FE as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It was so fun when Klaus got back from meeting with EA and trying to pitch the game. And he was like, that was the weirdest meeting I've ever had. He just show the game, and they were like, okay, yeah, we'll take it. Great. What do you want from us? What do you want us to do? It was so positive all the way through, and it was more like they pitched EA to us than the other way. So it was that was so such a weird experience. So yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
really
good
great.
to hear.
I think it suited them really well because they did Unravel like a year ago or 2 years ago, and that turned out really well and was well received by fans and sold really well. And what EA wanted to do was like they saw that this indie type of game did well, so they wanted to have their own kind of indie label, and that's why they started EA Originals, which FE is a part of. FE is the first game that's in this EA Original program. So they kind of wanted to do more indie type games, and it's going to be more games after FE, but FE is the first game that comes out, and it's going to be really cool.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to jump in here and give away another code for Urban Trial Freestyle for the 3DS. This is a North American code. And the trivia question, Michael or Alex, I'm going to count on you guys to find the right answer in the chat. Don't say it out loud, please. How many games has Zoink Games developed in their history as Zoink Games developed? Not published.
Are we talking like as the ones we've published ourselves now, or
anything that you've developed? So I'm not looking at the publishing side.
Okay.
Okay, this is a tough one as well.
Do you have an answer, Jason?
I don't have an answer. I'm hoping.
Christ.
I'm assuming it's a number
gonna go
between
count.
0. I'm assuming it's a number between 0 and 10.
I'm gonna go count here.
Yeah, there are more games we made there are more games we made than we have listed on Wikipedia, actually, because we've done games for like work for hire games.
And that's what I like.
I'll
So
do a
this
quick.
is
I'll do a quick count here, and then I'll get to check the chat again. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So Alex, I count. People can read your lips.
Because when you make your first game, it's like you're so proud you have one game, but when you've been around for a few years, you've done so many games, so you don't even know them all.
I like asking questions that you can't find on Wikipedia, so that's why I'm picking these ones where only you guys would know the answer to.
Yeah, do you have an answer, Alexandra?
Wait, yeah, now I do. Yeah, now I do.
Okay.
So I'm not counting like games we've done like for like very special. These are like games that have been that anybody has been able to play. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm gonna see if anyone has had the right answer yet. No. Yes.
Who's the first?
So we have ALMTL who answered 10.
Oh, nice. Right on the dot, eh?
That's good.
And do you want to... Can you name them all? Just for fun. If you have the list
name them
with
all?
you.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll start from the back. So we have Reality Fighters Dojo. So these are like not our own IPs.
Right.
Everyone knows that game.
Yeah. We have PlayStation All-Stars Island.
Oh, you guys worked on that?
We have Adventure Time Rock Bandits. Then we did this Facebook game called Billions. And then we have, of course, the Core Gang that everyone knows now. We have Wiwa Rock On, which was a mobile phone game, and the Swing King also. Same thing. Stick It to the Man, Zombie Vikings, and Zombie Vikings Stabathon.
Stabathon? What's that?
Oh,
Yeah, that's like the versus part of Zombie Vikings that we like made a bit bigger and released for free on Steam.
Yeah.
That's available right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Just go get it.
Yeah, if it's free. I might go pick Zombie Vikings.
Stabathon.
Stabathon.
And like line. I don't know what you call it in English.
All right.
I think.
So if you have Steam and you want a free game, go pick that up. Maybe we'll we'll get some rounds going.
Play your friends and stuff.
Yeah, we'll do it on Hey J when I can live stream again in a month. All right, Sean, back to you with the lightning round.
I'm waiting on stuff. Camping was super fun.
What?
Unravel looked nice. Question for Sean. Okay. Are there any rare systems you'd like to see on the Switch Virtual Console, like TurboGrafx, PC Engine, or maybe Commodore 64? That is all I want on on the virtual console. I don't care about paying $5 for Super Mario Brothers for the umpteenth time. Oh, but you can take it with you. I don't care. I want weird stuff. I'm digging the Neo Geo stuff. Continue with do arcade stuff, do obscure systems. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. I know that they're gonna vanilla it and give you all Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World, but I like the expansion. I like the unique system. That's why I like the Wii Virtual Console. The Wii Virtual Console kicked ass. It had arcade games, turbo graphics games. They had all sorts of fun stuff on there. They need to go back to that, I feel. Do you like your job?
Yes, yes.
I have this friend who always says like, "Oh, you have like the coolest job ever," and she always makes it seems like I only play all day and do nothing. Like,
Right.
So do you get to play?
But it is fun.
No?
Yeah. I just sit down and play Zombie Vikings.
Nice.
But it's a cool. I mean, it's a cool job working in the game industry because it's such a creative industry. I mean, my wife works at the municipality. She works with construction, and the atmosphere, the way she describes it, the way in the office she works it. I mean, she loves her job, but it's so much different compared to like the creative environment of video games because we can have story IDs and we can just play games and we can just laugh because all the weird stuff that happens in the games. And compare that to like a normal office, it's very much different. I haven't worked in many other offices, but from what I heard, it like really is different. So I really like working there. But I mean, it's still like a normal job in that sense that you get a lot of emails, you answer a lot of emails, you fill out forms, you do all stuff in front of the computer. So in that sense, it doesn't much differ from other normal office jobs. It's just a fun product to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
I do more weird things than Michael do.
Yeah, I think so. I do the boring stuff, you do the fun stuff.
How do you guys pick your hire or pick your programmers?
We actually have a lot of people that start out as interns. So I know at least one of our programmers or two started that way, and then just kept working after that. So that's a quite, yeah, that happens a lot.
Is optimization on the Switch difficult?
I'm not sure actually. I mean, for most of our games that we try to build on the Switch, I mean, we have a few games out there now, and we try to build the ones we're working on for the Switch. They work really well. So compared to other consoles, it's been a smooth process. But I'm not sure how much optimization we've done so far because since we're still work in progress with both games, not sure.
Any advice for an artist who wants to get into game development? From Kimmerson. Haven't seen you around in a while, buddy.
Well, we're no artists ourselves. But from what I've heard and from what I've learned is that it's really good to be able to master different kind of aesthetics. Like Zoink, for example, has a very unique kind of style. So you need to be like able to adapt to a lot of different stuff. And right now we're doing flipping, which is more like the regular Zoink style, but we also do Fey, which looks really different and it's a completely other thing. So yeah, besides that, there are some people like coming to us at conventions and stuff, just talking to us, and I've been shown a couple of their sketches and things like that, and then they reach out through email later on, and I think that's a good way it's easier if you know the face of a person.
Right.
I just want to point out, Michael, Alex, if you recall the thumbnail that was done for today's show, which has Sean and me and Stick It to the Man.
Yeah.
That was actually drawn. That was actually drawn by Kimmerson, who asked that question.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you.
I love that. I was gonna say I really love seeing that picture.
I laughed out loud when I first saw it. It also scared me because I was terrified of what.
Kimmerson, you're hired.
Yeah, you already nailed the song's style. So.
Yeah, you're hired. Just come in on Monday morning in Sweden, they'll set you up. So
There you go. We got you a job.
Does Jay ever get hyped? He always seems calm.
It's hard.
You can do
He's
it.
hyped
buddy.
about flipping death, right?
There you go.
Yep.
Gorgeous,
I lack the ability to release my emotions. I'm pretty sure there's a condition for it.
All right. Anyone else? Questions?
William asks, why so early?
Because different time zones, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 p.m. here in Sweden, so
What programming language should I, who has some experience with LUA, learn?
that's a good question. I mean, I think just learn start somewhere. And I mean, we were using C# for all Zoink games, and we work with Unity, which is the game engine we're using. So, I mean, if you're going to work with us, you should learn C#. But I mean, just consider what you want to work with. If you want to get in mobile development, check what language they use. If you want to get into story-driven games or like a particular studio, just find out what kind of program language they use and try to learn that to focus to get a job there. Because the gaming industry is so big right now. I mean, there's so many other different disciplines and so many ways to get in there. So, I mean, you don't have to be. There's not only just an artist or a programmer that does game development, because there's so many ways to get into the gaming industry if you're talented and if you're creative and if you just aim for it. So find out what you want to do and learn that, and just aim for that particular goal, I think.
Good. I think you missed a question a ways back, Sean, regarding what is your most anticipated Switch game that hasn't been announced. So what IP do you want to see come to the Switch the most that hasn't been announced yet?
Animal Crossing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because it's just would be weird if they didn't do it for the Switch, like when you can take it with you and the whole thing. And I just love all the Animal Crossing games. I need it.
I've only played Home Designer, and I can't say I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that one because it doesn't seem like the same thing. I don't know. It didn't look very fun. But the original game, I've spent so much time with that, just checking in on my birthday to see if anyone sent me a gift, and I have to like going up in the middle of the night because I want to see what it looks like and what happens at night because I don't want to time jump and mess stuff up. So I want to do it the right way. So I just think I haven't played it in a long time now, so it would be great with a new version.
I want to see whatever Yacht Club Games does next. That's going to be interesting.
What do you say?
Yacht Club Games, whatever they do, the ones that made Shovel Knight, whatever they do afterwards is going to be interesting. Let's hope they make another great game, because I love Shovel Knight.
Yeah, they're still stuck in the first game's development for another year at least with King Knight's campaign. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I thought I heard them saying something about that they might want to talk about a new game soon, but maybe I misunderstood that.
Oh, I mean, they might be wrapping up King's Knight. I just know that they had a lot of promises to fulfill from Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I'm sure they want to move on too from that.
Yeah.
There was another game. What were your thoughts? Have you guys played Breath of the Wild? And if so, what were your thoughts on it?
Have you played it yet, Michael?
Yeah, no, I was afraid I would be getting this question because I haven't played it that much.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I know, and I don't have a really good excuse because I've been really busy, and I do have a semi-good excuse because we went to PAX East like 4 days after it came out, and I was super busy that week and it came out.
I brought it.
Yeah, I know you brought it because I sat next to you on the plane, and I was just trying not to watch and get the game spoiled. And then we were home for like a week or so, and then we went to rest like in UK. So I've been on the traveling side for like 3 or 4 weeks. So I have a good excuse, but I'm super excited for it. I'm going to play it. I just haven't got around to doing it. It looks absolutely brilliant. It's like every lunch at Zoink, it was like, if you bring it up, you have to leave because everyone's spoiling everything. So I eat my lunch alone in front of the I was talking about Breath of the Wild. It's like, Yeah, I was talking about movies, and I was like, "Oh, did you play any Breath of the Wild?" And I was like, "Yeah," and then it started spoiling everything, so I just left.
Oh man, that sucks.
I was
Yeah,
one of
Chef
those
is playing.
people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you have played a lot, haven't you? Have you finished it? I'm not.
No, not finished it because I'm one of these people who can't like pass a side mission without completing it. So I'm. I think me and my boyfriend we played like the same amount of time, but he has come a lot further in the main story because he just goes right through it, and I stay everywhere and pick flowers and stuff.
It's yeah,
What about you guys?
Sean and I got at the same time, and it was kind of funny because he was the only one that I was really talking to about it because I was trying to stay off social media as much as I could, and we kind of progressed through the game at the same rate almost. And I was always like, "Did you know?" We'd have to shoot a vague question first, like, "Are you familiar with this kind of area?" Yeah. Oh, okay. Did you try this?
That's cool.
Have you seen a thing with that?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to get into a much more in-depth discussion when when it's considered that everybody can talk openly about it, because I do have some thoughts on the story. So
Interesting.
Yeah, but the game in as a whole, as I said, I haven't gone through the whole story yet. I think it's just brilliant. It's really, really great.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that someone did a speedrun, 100% speedrun of the game in 49 hours.
Yeah.
Super fast.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, I was like, I
crazy.
can beat that.
Mm-hmm. I did watch the speedrun of the just the completion in like 49 minutes, I think, is the world record right now. And it's just insane. I'm like, it hurts my brain to watch people play, to watch speedrunners.
Do you guys like the yellow Joy-Cons? I do not.
It's not my personal style. No. No.
I just got the normal, boring gray Switch version.
I do love the neon blue and red ones. I got those. Those are great, but the yellow is not my. Just looks like one of these people who are working along the roads and stuff. The vests they have to be seen, like the reflex thing. Yeah, it reminds me too much of my past jobs.
Let's see. What's the most underrated and overrated game in your opinion? Easy. The most overrated game is either Final Fantasy VII or The Last of Us. The most underrated game is the entire 32X library.
You had those answers ready, eh?
Well, the underrated was more of a joke, but
my underrated is super easy now. My underrated is has been Heroes. Everybody.
Oh.
No, I can't say everybody because it's getting good user score, but critics destroyed that game, and I love it. Overrated, I don't really. I feel the most overrated title right now is a game that hasn't come out, which is Kojima's project, which I always forget the name of it. You know, the one with the oil and the baby, the fetus.
Maybe overhyped.
Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Death Stranding.
The fetus oil. Yeah. That's what I call it. Like everybody's excited. It's like, why are you excited? You have literally just watched a cutscene that messes with your mind and reveals nothing about the game or the gameplay. But be excited, okay?
But hype is an interesting thing, especially in the gaming industry, because everyone's always excited for a game that's going to come out. But once the game is out, their excitement normally just goes away in a few weeks. And everyone's like, before the game comes out, it's like, we're going to play so much on that game, and it comes out. It's like, after a few weeks, I mean, the hype dies down, and they're on to the next thing. So it's always more interesting to be excited for something that you can, imagine how it's going to be, how it's going to play. And when you actually get to play it, you actually realize, oh, I already have like 400 other games I can play, and I don't have time to play that game. I mean, Dragon Trap, the Wonderboy game, is a game for me like that because it looks so amazing, and I've been following the development process probably a year back, and now it's out, and I was like, I haven't got around playing it yet because I have so many other games to play. So,
Well, it's like opening a present. you see the present, you're excited about it. Once it's open, okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's about it.
I want to ask the favorite indie game. Oh, that wasn't a question. That
Where was
a
that?
statement. I saw someone
Yeah.
ask, "What are your favorite indie games?"
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's such a broad question.
That's a
Oh,
very
yeah.
Yeah. Just name your favorite indie games.
Mario Brothers.
There's
Yeah.
sure, it was indie at one point. How about E3 predictions? That was one that came up. Do you guys have any predictions for Nintendo's E3?
No,
Or anything you wish?
I don't know.
Well, I guess I'm wishing for Animal Crossing then.
I'm not sure about the E3, but I should give some props to our friends over at Image Forum. They have the SteamWorld Dig games and the SteamWorld Heist game, so I'm super excited for the SteamWorld Dig 2 game, and which is actually coming to the Switch pretty soon. I'm not sure if they announced the release date, but I think it's going to be this fall. I'm not sure. But I mean, I loved SteamWorld Dig. I loved it before I actually started work at Image Forum, so I'm super excited for the part 2. I also love Shovel Knight, so I love all these 2D platforming games. Those are really cool. Super Wind the game is another awesome, like old school retro game, which I think is really, really cool.
The one that just came out, Mr. Shifty. I don't know if you've tried it.
I haven't yet.
But
I've heard about it.
It does have, I don't know, the battle about the battle mechanics are just really cool. You basically it's kind of played from top down, and you can teleport anywhere, and you're pretty much beating up people, and you can grab like boards, smash them, teleport behind them. So they all have guns and you don't have a gun. So you're like throwing things at them, teleporting around through walls and stuff, and just punching them. And it's just such a fluid movement. It feels really good.
Cool. I don't know why anyone would name their game Mr. Shifty though. It sounds like really it's like something else. That's all I'm seeing when I've seen the logo.
Yeah, I saw an article. Someone said they should have called it Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawler. It should have been a Nightcrawler game, which I agree, but licensing. All right. I think we were supposed to talk about E3 this week, but no, actually we have we're going to be dedicating next week's Class vs. Crass episode to E3. So any last questions before we wrap up for today? Shan?
No. What do I think about the Bomberman update? I think it makes the game a lot better.
All right. So I do want to thank everybody, and especially our guests, for joining us on today's Class vs. Crass Nintendo podcast. This is a non-common time for us. We usually go at 8 p.m. Eastern time, but to accommodate our guests, we moved the show up a few hours so that it was in the middle of the night for them. But before we sign off, Alex, Michael, where can people find more of you, and where can people find more about Zoink Games updates?
Well, if we start with us, I just changed my Twitter handle because no one could pronounce it and I couldn't tell people what it was because it was in Swedish. So you can find me on Twitter. I go by That's Great Alex. And Michael?
Yeah, I'm just my Michael Forsland on Twitter.
Feel free to type those in the chat,
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Understood.
Michael, can you type mine and I will go with the Zoink stuff.
Sure.
Yes, and Zoink, you can find Zoink at Twitter, of course, Zoink Games. We're on Facebook. We also do videos quite regularly on YouTube where you can follow the production and meet the crew and stuff. So that's our main channel. So yeah, and you can always send us an email or something. Just go through the website, zoinkgames.com.
All right.
Yep.
So yeah, that's where we're going to draw a close for today. Now, if you did like today's episode and you want to see more developers join us on Class vs. Crass or any other guests in the Nintendo community, either hit up myself or Sean on Twitter, on Facebook, or you can email us, or you can hit up the Nintendo Enthusiast accounts. We are trying to get this podcast to be a little bit more engaged with the Nintendo community on a weekly basis, so it's not always just Sean and I. But yeah, let us know what guests you would like to see next time. and we'll do our best efforts to get them here. So we'll see you guys next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, keep it classy, or as Sean would say,
keep it crassy.
or as Michael and Alex would say, what team are you guys on?
I'll go with Crassy then.
I'll go with classy.
Nice. Awesome. All right. See you next time, guys. Take care. And Sean, do you want to do your little singing segment? Sean usually sings us off as we go to the
That's awesome.
to the end screen.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting.
How are you not ready for this? It happens every week.
I know, but it's early, so I'm not used to the.
Drunk your
Damn
penis,
press, little one, don't forget my son, to include everyone. I tuck you in, the salmon he comes. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Are we done?
Exit late.
That's amazing.
Exit light, enter night, take my hand, off to never.